Hey yogis, thank you for joining me today. This practice will be a 30-minute gentle flow. So follow along, do as much as you can, and always feel free to modify. We'll get started in child's pose. So for child's pose, the knees go wide, toes touch, and then stretch your hands forward towards the top edge of your mat. Bring your forehead down. And sway your hips a little side to side. And then settle into stillness. Connect with your breath. Allow your breath to deepen. Each breath becoming a little bit more full than the last. And if you would like to set an intention for your practice, now is an excellent opportunity to do so. And with your next inhale, make your way up into a tabletop pose. Take your hands underneath your shoulders, knees underneath your hips. With an inhale breath, lift your tailbone, draw your belly down, pull your heart forward, cow pose. Exhale, tuck your tailbone under, round your back, release your heavy head. Inhale, tailbone lifts, belly down, heart forward. Exhale, and round. And continue here at your own pace, warming up the muscles of the back. One more round here. And make your way back to center. With an inhale, stretch your right arm up towards the ceiling, twist open. As you exhale, thread the needle, but don't bring the shoulder and arm down. Inhale, open it up, twist. Exhale, thread the needle. Inhale, lift, spiral open, gaze up. Exhale, thread the needle. This time bring your shoulder down, your ear down. Stay here or stretch your left arm towards the top edge of your mat, tense your fingers, and then rotate your left shoulder on top of your right, twisting just a little deeper. With your next inhale, place your left hand back in front of your face, spiral open, right arm lifts, and exhale, bring the right hand down. We'll take it over to the other side. Inhale, left arm, stretch it open. Exhale, thread the needle, shoulder and arm stay off the ground. Inhale, open. Exhale, and twist. One more time. Inhale, open it up. Exhale, thread the needle. This time, back of the hand down, shoulder and ear down. Right hand can stay where it is, or stretch it toward the top of your mat. If you're stretching the fingertips forward, press into your fingertips and rotate open. Twist a little deeper if it's available. Navel draws in. Find that breath again. Inhale, right hand down to the mat. Spiral your left arm open. Same inhale breath. Exhale, float your hand down to your mat. From tabletop pose, extend your right leg back behind you. Flex your foot. Draw the navel in so you're supported through your lower back. From here, turn your right toes out to the side and bring your leg all the way out. Right foot down. Bring the whole sole of the foot down onto the mat, and then one hand to the hips, and then the other. Gate pose. So for gate pose, you really want to make sure that you're staying grounded through the right foot, that extended foot. Your left hip stays right over the top of your left knee. With an inhale breath, stretch your left arm up overhead, stretch it over towards the right. Breathe into that left side body. With an inhale breath, draw your gaze up toward the ceiling. Exhale, gaze down towards your right leg. Inhale, gaze up. Exhale, gaze down. One more time. Inhale, draw your gaze up. Exhale, gaze down. Inhale, gaze to center, lift all the way up. Exhale, release your left hand down and make your way back into a tabletop pose or modified tabletop pose. From here, ground down through your foundation, lift your right leg up, take it straight back behind you, toes point down toward the floor, release your right knee down. We'll move over to the other side. I'm just going to turn this way since there's a plant in the way. So extend your left leg back behind you. It's still in the way. Navel draws in. Turn your left toes out to the side. And then take the leg over to the side. Left foot comes all the way down, straight out from your hip. Bring the sole of the foot down. Walk the hands back. Hands come to your hips. Lift all the way up. Take a moment to check your alignment. You have your right hip right above the knee. Left leg goes straight out to the side, is not forward or back. Left hand will stretch down your leg. Inhale, right arm, stretch it up. Stretch over to the left. Really stretching into that right side body. Inhale, draw your gaze up towards the ceiling. Exhale, gaze down. Inhale up. Exhale, gaze down. One more. Inhale, gaze up. Exhale, gaze down. Inhale, gaze to center. Lift all the way up. Exhale, release. Bring your hands down to the mat in front of you, coming back into that tabletop pose. Lift your left leg up. Take the leg straight back behind you, and then release, coming right back into that regular tabletop pose. Inhale, lift your tailbone up, belly down, heart goes forward. Exhale, round your back, send your hips back toward your heels. Coming toward child's pose. Breathe here for a moment. And with your next inhale breath, lift all the way up to tabletop. Exhale, curl your toes under, downward facing dog. First downward dog of our practice. Pedal out your legs. Your feet are hips width distance. Your hands are shoulder width distance, and your fingers are spread nice and wide. Your sit bones, the bottom of your pelvis, lifts up towards the sky as if you're going to sit on the ceiling. The spine is nice and long. If you find it hard to straighten your back, bend your knees so you can lengthen your spine a little bit more. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Inhale, bring your knees down to the mat. Pull the heart forward, cow pose, uncurl your toes. Exhale, tuck your tailbone under, sit the hips back to your heels. Inhale to tabletop. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, bring your knees down to the mat. Lift your tailbone, pull the heart forward. Exhale, tuck your tailbone under, round your back, hips to heels. Inhale all the way to tabletop. Exhale, downward facing dog, hips lift high. Inhale, bring your knees down. Lift your hips, belly down, heart forward. Exhale, tuck your tailbone under, round your back. Send your hips to your heels. Inhale all the way up, tabletop. Exhale, curl your toes under, downward facing dog. Inhale and exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Really do. Inhale, wave your spine forward, high plank pose. Exhale, knees, chest and chin down to your mat. Inhale, draw the heart forward, zip your legs together, low cobra. Elbows are in, shoulder blades down your back, the legs are engaged. Exhale, press it back. Child's pose. Inhale. Exhale, downward dog. Inhale, wave your spine forward, high plank pose. Exhale, knees, chest and chin down to your mat. Inhale, draw the heart forward, zip your legs together, low cobra. Exhale, press it back, child's pose. Inhale here. Exhale, downward dog. One more time. Inhale, wave it forward. Exhale, knees, chest and chin down. Inhale, draw the heart forward, zip your legs together, low cobra. Exhale, child's pose, hips to heels. Inhale. Exhale. Exhale, downward dog. Inhale, high on your toes. Exhale, bend your knees, look at your hands, step to the top of your mat. Feet hips width distance, let your head hang heavy. Clasp opposite elbows. Have your knees bent enough that you can bring your belly to your thighs. Nod your head yes. And shake your head no. Nod it yes. And shake it no. Release your hands. Heel toe your feet together. Big toes touch. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale and fold forward. Inhale, circle your arms, lift all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, circle your arms, lift up energy out through your fingers. Exhale, fold forward, hinge from your hips. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale and fold. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale and fold. One more time. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, fold. Step your right foot to the back edge of your mat. And you'll bring your right knee down. You might have to have your little buddy move out of the way. Bring your hands to your left thigh. Or inhale, take the arms up overhead. Low lunge, Anjaneyasana. Here we're working on finding a stretch across the front of the right hip. Engage your legs. Imagine squeezing them toward one another and see how that little bit of muscular action changes the posture. Inhale. Exhale, hands down to your mat. Step back, downward facing dog. Inhale, wave your spine forward, high plank pose. Exhale, knees, chest and chin down. Inhale, draw the heart forward, zip your legs together. Exhale, release, downward facing dog. Inhale, right leg lifted high. Exhale, step it through between your hands. Left knee comes down to the mat. Hands come to your right thigh or up overhead. Palms face one another again. Lift up through the lower abdomen. Legs are engaged. Stretch across the front of your left hip. Inhale. Exhale, hands down to your mat. Step forward, top of your mat, forward fold. You're going to take the big toes to touch here if you would like. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, fold. Inhale, circle your arms, lift up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Other side. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale and fold. Hands down. Left foot steps to the back edge of your mat. Bring your left knee down. Uncurl your toes. Inhale. Take your arms up overhead. Gazes forward. Soften your shoulders away from your ears. And then take your palms to touch. Cross your thumbs. Straighten out through your elbows as best you can. And then lift up through your heart with an inhale breath. Tailbone draws down toward the earth. Breathe here. Biceps draw back by your ears. And inhale to center. Exhale, hands down, step back, downward facing dog. Inhale, wave your spine forward, high plank pose. Exhale, knees, chest and chin down. Inhale, zip your legs together, low cobra. Exhale, press it back, downward facing dog. Inhale, left leg lifted high. Exhale, step it through between your hands. Right knee down. Your left knee is right above the ankle. Arms come up overhead. Hips square to the front of your mat. Shoulders soft. Guide your palms to touch. Cross your thumbs. Lengthen out through the arms. The elbows straighten. Inhale, lift up through your heart, back bend. Hold here. Breathe into that heart space. Anahata chakra, our center of love and compassion. Inhale to center. Exhale, hands down to your mat. Step forward, forward fold. Take your big toes to touch. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale and fold. Inhale, circle, sweep your arms, lift up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, arms lift up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale and fold, hands down. Right foot steps to the back edge of your mat. Right knee stays lifted, find a runner's lunge. Inhale, take your arms forward and up. Crescent pose. Gaze is forward. Draw those lower ribs in toward one another. Back leg is strong and straight. Inhale. Exhale, right heel down to your mat. Warrior two, open it up. Gaze is over your left shoulder, toward your left fingertips. Inhale. Exhale, hands down to your mat. Step back, downward facing dog. Inhale, wave your spine forward, high plank pose. Exhale, knees, chest and chin down. Inhale, draw your heart forward, zip your legs together, low cobra, feet down. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, lift your right leg high. Exhale, step it through between your hands. Inhale, lift all the way up. Find that crescent lunge on the other side. Strengthen your legs. Maybe bend a little deeper into the front knee if it's available. Inhale. Exhale, warrior two. Your hips are square to the long edge of your mat. Shoulders right over your hips. Inhale. Exhale, hands down to your mat. Find that runner's lunge. Step forward to the top of your mat. Big toes touch. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, fold. Inhale, circle your arms, lift up. Exhale, hands to heart center. One more flow. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, fold hands down. Left foot steps to the back edge of your mat. Left knee is lifted. Inhale, lift all the way up. Crescent lunge. Inhale here. Exhale, open it up. Warrior two. Your back foot is parallel to the back edge of your mat. Right knee right over your ankle. Inhale, flip your right palm and reverse. Stretching towards the back edge of your mat with that right arm. Left leg stays strong and straight, and there's barely any weight on this left hand. Inhale, lift to center. Exhale, extended side angle. Right elbow to thigh. Left arm, stretch it up overhead. Think of creating one long line from your left fingertips down through your left heel. Inhale, lift. Warrior two. And exhale, cartwheel your hands down to your mat. Step back, downward facing dog. Inhale, wave your spine forward, high plank pose. Exhale, knees, chest and chin down. Inhale, draw the heart forward, zip your legs together. Exhale, release, downward facing dog. Inhale, left leg lifted high. Exhale, step it through, runner's lunge. Inhale, arms go forward, lift all the way up, crescent pose. Back leg fired up and strong. Inhale. Exhale, open it up. Warrior two. Inhale, flip your left palm and reverse. Stretch to the back of the room. Breathe into that left side, long navel in. Inhale, lift. Warrior two. Exhale, extended side angle, left elbow to thigh. Right arm stretches overhead. Gaze can be up at the ceiling, straight ahead, or down at the floor. Rotate your heart up and open toward the ceiling. Inhale, lift all the way to warrior two. Exhale, cartwheel your hands down to your mat. Runner's lunge, roll onto the ball of the back foot. Square your hips. Step forward. Forward fold. Silly boy. Inhale, lift up. Halfway, your big toes are touching. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, circle sweep your arms. Lift all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Thank you, sweet boy. All right, yogi. So we'll move into our first balance posture. We'll take tree pose to start. So you'll use your right leg as your standing leg. Lift up your toes, splay them nice and wide, and place them back down onto the earth. Find all four corners of the foot. Engage that standing leg so you already have that energetic connection, that rooting down to the earth. You'll bring your right heel to your inner ankle, inner calf. Or bring the foot all the way to your inner thigh. You want to make sure that you bypass the knee. So there's no weight on the standing leg knee. No, none of that lateral weight anyway. Hands can stay at heart center. Draw your left knee back. Straighten out through that standing leg and really press the sole of the foot into the standing leg and the standing leg back into the sole of the foot, creating that energetic connection. Crown of the head lifts. Nice and strong and steady. Inhale and exhale, slowly release, shake it out, let it go. Lots of distractions in this room, 4 dogs and a cat. So other side, left leg is your standing leg. So same as on the other side, lift the toes up, splay them wide, place them back down on the earth. Find all 4 corners, maybe rock a little forward and back, a little side to side until you feel nice and grounded. Quad is engaged, kneecap lifts. Bring your right heel to inner ankle, inner calf, or reach down, grab the foot, bring it all the way up to inner thigh. Hands come back to heart center, same as on the first side. Standing leg is nice and strong. Gently guide your knee back, your right knee back, without taking the hip width. Stretch up through the crown of the head. Abdomen is engaged. Standing leg engaged. Use a focal point for your eyes. Something that is not moving. Inhale. And exhale, release. You feel like you need to shake the legs out. Go ahead and shake them out now. Our next posture will take eagle pose. See if I can mirror you. Inhale, arms, stretch them up overhead. Exhale, left arm underneath the right, left leg up and over the top of the right. Bend into your standing leg. Gaze is forward. Draw the lower abdomen in and squeeze the upper inner thighs toward one another. If you can bend a little deeper into the standing leg, go for it. Bend a little bit deeper. With your next inhale, unwind your arms, stretch the arms up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Move over to the other side. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, right arm underneath the left. Sit the hips low as your right leg lifts up and over the top. Maybe you lose your balance. If that's the case, just bring the toes down to the earth. Totally fine. Find that focal point, a spot on the floor, a spot on the wall, something to focus your eyes on. Draw the lower abdomen in, shift your shoulders back, bend into that standing leg a little bit more, let those legs get a little bit hot. And inhale, unwind, take your arms up overhead. Exhale, hands to heart center. From here, yogis, we'll move down onto the floor. So go ahead and make your way down onto your back. So you're going to come onto your back and walk your feet in nice and close to your hips. Stretch your hands down by your hips as if you're going to touch your heels. You may be able to, you may not. It'll just depend on your anatomy. From here, press down into your feet. Lift your hips, your belly, and your heart. Exhale, roll your spine all the way back down, one vertebrae at a time. And we'll take that again. Inhale, press into your feet, lift your hips, your belly, your heart. This time, roll your shoulders underneath and interlace your fingers. The hips are lifted high, the belly is lifted high, gaze is at the ceiling, and your feet are parallel to one another. They're not turned out or turned in. Press down through the feet, lift the hips, lift the heart. Inhale, exhale, release your hands, unroll your shoulders, roll your spine all the way back down. Once you're down, cross your right ankle over your left thigh, figure 4. Stay here, press your right hand into your right knee. That may be enough, or guide the legs a little closer. Interlace your hands behind your left hamstring. And guide the arms or the legs closer with your arms. Your right foot is flexed. Gaze is up at the ceiling. If you feel inclined to, you could close your eyes. With your next exhale breath, gently release, unwind. Bring the sole of your right foot down to the mat and cross your left ankle over your right thigh. Opportunity to stay here, use your left hand to press your knee away or interlace your hands behind your right hamstring. If you're interlacing your hands behind the right hamstring, make sure that you're not straining your neck here. So you're not in this posture. Try to create a little bit of length through the cervical spine. The shoulders soften back down to your mat. With your next exhale breath, unwind your legs. And then draw both knees in towards your chest. Give them a little squeeze. Rock a little side to side. Massage the muscles of your back. And we'll move into a posture called Happy Baby from here. You'll grab a hold of the outer edges of your shins or the outer edges of your feet. Thighs and knees draw out and down to the side. Soles of the feet face up toward your ceiling. From here, lengthen your tailbone down towards the floor to create a little bit more length in your spine. Three more rounds of breath here. In and out through your nose. Release your legs. From here, cross your left ankle, your left leg over your right, so eagle legs, Garudasana legs, and you're going to release the knees over to the right, taking a little twist. Your arms can be cactused out to the side. And draw your gaze over your left shoulder. 5 rounds of breath. Inhale, guide your legs back up to center, unwind them, and then cross your right leg over your left, and you'll release your legs over to the left. Sorry, Jedi. And draw your gaze over your right shoulder. Hi, buddy, lay down. Thank you. 5 rounds of breath here. With your inhale, guide your legs back up to center, unwind them, give them another hug in towards your chest, and then lengthen your legs long, make your way right into Shavasana, your final resting pose. Legs lengthen long, let your arms rest out by your side, turn the palms up. And this posture right here is the most important posture of our entire yoga practice. Take this opportunity to savor it. And begin to deepen your breath. With your next inhale, guide your legs toward one another. Stretch your arms long overhead. Take ankle circles and wrist circles. Maybe arch your back a little bit even. And then you'll roll over onto your right side. Use your right arm as a pillow. Very mindfully transition up to a comfortable seat. Sit tall. Guide your hands to heart center. And then take your thumbs up to your third eye and take a moment to honor your intuition, your inner teacher, your inner guide. And then guide your thumbs down to your lips to honor your truth, your ability to speak your truth with honesty and integrity. And then guide your thumbs back down to heart center. Take this moment to honor that warm, compassionate heart that resides within you always. And thank you for sharing your practice today in honor of all that we are. Namaste. Thanks, yogis. I hope you'll tune in again. See you soon.